yet. I would like to do my job, please. Are we good? Okay. Oh, okay. Merry Christmas. Jeez, I think I can actually do my job now. You may hear some more of my dog still whining. I think no one's with her right now, so she's like... I might have to mute again. Oh, right, yeah, because it's a different layer. Blech. Yes, Sky, thank you. I can hear you. I know. So I'm extremely stressed and annoyed right now, so apologies for that. I will try my best to be entertaining despite the annoying crying dog and the fact that the internet was barely working and the fact that, you know, we've effectively wasted like 15 minutes of my time. Yay. I love it. Merry Pringles, everyone. With that said, I don't like being negative, so we're not gonna try, at least I try not to be negative is probably a better way to put it. So we're gonna try and not be negative. Also, hello Dressert, if you're still watching, anywho. Yeah, hang on, I'm gonna mute, I'll be right back. As have I. I think if people needed to get stuff done, they would have waited until after I had streamed or done it before, but whatever, I'm just being bitter. And I don't want to be bitter. So, let's not be bitter. Anyway, with all that said, all of these shenanigans, internet shenanigans, should be dealt with. So, yay, things should be connecting a lot smoother now. So far, so good. It looks like we're not getting any dropped frames or anything. So that's good. Woo. That's good. Yeah, I'm probably not even gonna bother to archive that first part, because, like, I barely got anything done, and I spent it mostly just complaining, and... Yeah, anyway, I'm better now. I will reiterate what I said earlier, though, about... Oh. That might be a good idea. Anyway, I will reiterate what I said earlier, though, about, how my day was going right before I started streaming, which is to say, pardon me, a theological discussion about how we as people conceive time, ending with, you know, your toes grow as time goes on too. So you know that's a thing that happened. Bye y'all! So how's everyone doing? We got 6 viewers, awesome. And again, I want to thank D again for resubscribing. I'm gonna replay that message. What I'm thinking of doing, when I can figure out how, is I want to animate it. I want to animate that so that like the aura is moving and like his hair is kind of swaying. And I want to also add like a sound effect from Dragon Ball or something. Maybe not specifically from Dragon Ball because, you know, Suecia, but anyway. I might add a couple more bushes. Or what I could do is I could duplicate them, play around with the values, and you know what? Let's add in the fire and see how that would look. So let's Oh, okay, so that was just for, like, the ground and such. It actually looks a lot more detailed there. Yeah, because you can see I had more bushes and whatnot. So let's add more bushes. So, yes, it does. Yes, D. So what? What's up, Dresser? How you doing? Oh, and if anyone's curious about my health right now, I'm actually doing a lot better. I mean, you can probably still hear it in my voice, and I'm still a little bit congested, but I don't hurt, and I've got my energy back. So, I've been spending most of today, a good chunk of today, working. On the next video. I haven't really had opportunity to work on it, the next Foxtails as much as I'd like. But when it comes to, excuse me. Thank you, D. Here, but when it comes to, like, the next video that will be on the channel, I've been working on that. It's, a highlight reel for the live streams, so that's exciting. Maybe, hoping we can get a few more peeps in with them. I don't think so, but even if that doesn't work, it makes for good filler content anyway. And I mean that in, like, the nicest way possible, of course. I don't consider me having filler content on my channel as a bad thing. Because after all, I am a small-time YouTuber who's mostly doing this as a hobby, so... Excuse me. I still have the cough, too. I took a lozenge, cough drop before, oh my god. Before I started, so that's exciting. I mean, maybe. I don't know. I haven't picked them all out yet. I've already gotten all the clips I want to use from Sonic Adventure 2 for this highlight reel. So next I'm doing The Sims, though I'm mostly focusing on more recent ones for The Sims right now. I might do some of the older ones in another one, like, just because. I recognize that doesn't make a ton of sense, but whatever, it's my channel. Hey, Kaze! Thank you for resubscribing! That's 6 months, just like D. True MVPs of the Drjoshfox Twitch channel. Masters of the Fox Den. I had to be careful with my phrasing there. Nyak, nyak, nyak. Yes. Also, apologies if you hear noise from upstairs. Sounds like discussion about something's getting a bit heated. Oh, hey, Kaze. I thought you were still at work. I thought you weren't going to be able to make tonight's stream. With the NB heart. Aww. And by the way, when I say discussion upstairs about something is getting heated, it's nothing bad. It's like, I think they're talking about high school application stuff. You're here? I'm very glad to hear that, Kaze. I know you've had a bit of a day, so hopefully today's stream will be able to help. Bushies. Yes, bushies. Which are a lot of fun to draw, but surprisingly time-consuming. Even if you're doing them, like, I'm not doing these very high detail at all. I had an assignment in Pre-An where I, not for all of them, because some of them were far in the distance, and you shouldn't meticulously detail if they're far in the distance, but I had to give meticulous detail to a lot of bushes that were closer up, and I had to draw the branches and the individual, like, leaves. Like, that wasn't part of the assignment, that's just what I had to do because of the way that I composed the image. It was a more realistic piece, and yeah, it kind of required that level of detail. It was a lot of fun because I actually really enjoyed drawing natural environments and whatnot, but it was okay. Okay, Kaze. But we're glad to have you. It's weird to me that it plays that in the middle. And this, like... Huh. Yeah, it's pretty nifty. Well, I mean, it is samples that the N64 can emulate with ease. So, I mean, I know the N64 didn't have the most advanced sound chip, but, like, better than, like, the N64. Wasn't, like, the sound chip pretty close to the Super Nintendo's? If I'm remembering correctly. Like, correct me on that if I'm wrong, and I probably am, but... Whoa! Yo, what's poppin'? Resubscribe for 5 months. I'm gonna... Poppin' go... It's so funny that you mentioned that, Kaze, because me doing this is to go even further beyond bit from the Sonic Adventure 2 playthrough is on that highlight reel that I'm making. Yeah, no, it doesn't have a sound chip, does it? It was more just, my subscription sponsored by Niv Milk. Awesome! Well, I'm glad you spent it on, myself and my channel. It means a lot. Hello! How you doing, Poppin'? Also, is Niv Milk here today? That's 3 subs all in one day. It makes sound through the CPU. Yes, that's it. Which is odd, I think. I don't know. I feel like we've had this discussion before, and I'm just dumb, and I'm just not remembering. How is the Pengu? Yes, I know. Yeah, that is how it works for the handle. I'm just surprised that's how it works for the N64, because like that. It's a home console. You'd think that they would want to have it so that the chip, like want it so that it produces sound from a chip. But instead, it's like from like the CPU and whatnot. That's very unusual. Yeah, but the PS1 didn't have to worry as much about that because they could, it could have less compressed audio. Yes, the SNES sound chip was made by Sony. It was... Back when they were still partnering for tech and whatnot. I believe that's what led to the idea of a SNES CD, or the Nintendo Play Space Station, as it would have been called. Unfortunately, we all know where that... No, well, fortunately, because competition is a good thing. You got your hair dyed purple today. Yes, because you made that awesome goal. For Give Kids the World. $1,000. Everyone, show Poppin and his community a round of applause for that. That's incredible. Has 64, yeah. So it's similar, but like it could produce I'm guessing higher quality samples and whatnot. But the PlayStation didn't have to worry as much about that, I think, because it was able to have CD quality audio and whatnot through the use of, I'm guessing, like WAV files or whatever. And while it sounds compressed by today's standards, it obviously sounded a lot better than when the N64 tried to do it, because the N64 had a lot less space on its cartridges. Because it's more advanced! Because, like, if you've heard, like, when the N64, but then the Saturn has 32, well, yeah. The thing about the Saturn is that it actually does have a lot of things about it that are better than the PlayStation. The main issue is just that its architecture was weird and dumb, and that it was more a 2D machine than a 3D. It was more like a 2D powerhouse that could do 3D if you rigged it to. Yamaha did Sega sound chips for a while, I think. But, don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure that is the case. Mega Drive and Saturn? Oh, I thought they also did for the, for like the Game Gear and whatnot. Well, alright. I think the I might be misremembering this, but doesn't the 32X also use the Sega Genesises? Like the Sega Genesis or Mega Drives, whatever you want to call it. Sound chip, or am I misremembering? When you can't tell if that's a RAID or... Master System. Ah, okay. I know the Mega CD wasn't. Like the Sega CD, Mega CD, whatever you want to call it. Na, 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 na. I didn't know it was Texas Instruments. That's interesting. That's interesting. Rico also made the NES sound chip. But yeah, the Sega... Going back to the Sega Saturn, shoutouts to Project M for remixing this for their own results screen. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Hi there, please mispronounce my please forgive my mispronunciation. Oh, Koale 34. How you doing? I believe you're new to the chat, or if you have, you've only been around a couple of times. And if you are, welcome. We're happy to have you. I mean, we're happy to have you regardless, but... We're just here talking about game system sound chips, and I keep trying to bring up a thing about the Sega Saturn, but then I keep losing track of what I'm saying, because I'm dumb like that. I think I was saying the Sega Saturn was actually, in a lot of ways, just in terms of raw power, there was a lot about it that was actually more powerful than the PlayStation. But the problem was that it was so, again, its architecture was dumb. Pardon me. And that it was very much a good, powerful 2D machine that it's like, I mean, you can do 3D on it, I guess, but like that's definitely not what it was spec'd for, which was not the direction that the games industry was going. It's funny watching people butcher the name. Oh, I love this track. It's funny watching people butcher the name, but I pronounce the name like the word whale with a hard O. Koale, then? So, like, Koale? I discovered your channel by accident. And then a bunch of awesome faces. Okay, Koale 34. Well, whether by accident or not, we're happy to have you. If you're curious, I am a sort of variety streamer who mostly does games and art. Games I tend to do are platformers and The Sims, although sometimes I also stream Fallout 4, and really I'm willing to stream most things. I also stream a lot of art, because it's my job. So it's a lot of fun to just sit down and stream and chill. A lot of the time, this is the kind of thing we talk about. All three consoles had their strengths at direction. Right? Yeah, it's kind of funny if you think about it. The N64 was like a 3D powerhouse. The Sega Saturn was a 2D powerhouse, and the PlayStation was kind of a good in-between. I think that's actually why the PlayStation was like probably the best one. Like theoretically, I have my preference. In general, it sort of flip-flops between... I feel like that they were all pretty close, but I think the N64 is my preferred favorite, but the PlayStation is probably better. Yeah, PS4 was an all-rounder. Totally threw a mutual retweet of my old tweet, and then I clicked in your profile and found you. That's interesting. That's how it be, yo! It sure is good to know that, Twitter is still useful sometimes, maybe. It's not often we get new faces around, so feel free to kick up your feet and relax. If you're enjoying, Hey! Hey! Koale! Thank you for the follow. It's very much appreciated. We actually don't get a lot of new follows during the streams anymore, so that's pretty exciting. All the new ones happen off stream, so that makes me happy. Thank you very much, my dude! Aw, thank you, D. Oh, right, yes. If you are so relatable! I know, right? If you're so inclined, we do have a Discord. So, that's something you could do. Again, if you're so inclined. There, that looks better, just having more bush. I'm gonna make them a little bit fluffier looking. Ah, yes, and the emotes. Emotes are always fun. Join, awesome! We look forward to seeing more of you. Feel free to get involved with the Discord, share some dank memes, all that good stuff. General rule of thumb is keep it PG-13, and try to keep controversial topics on the down low if at all possible. But that's really about it. Other than that, just be nice. Have a good time, yo. Who knows how to find somewhere safe to set up camp in the night? Ah, I got a bunch of perfectly cut screams. But ah, yes. Classic. Oh, hey, I am Victorious. It's been a while. How you doing? Look at all them emotes. Is that Wooly? Looks like Wooly. No, it's not. I am oh. Those are yours. Your emotes look like Wooly. Yeah, obviously, they're alive. They know what they're doing. I'm sorry, man. I got confused for a second because their emotes remind me of Wooly. I'm good, Victorious. Also, your emotes are adorable. How are you? Also, thank you, Koel, for the host. Hosts help a lot. Thank you for the host, Kaze. Oh, we got all sorts of activity today. Yay! I'm looking for, like, the sketch. Where did it go? Is this it? Oh, I'm just silly. But yeah, no, like, Victorious, your emotes are super cute. Or at least the one that's here. I'm assuming they're all that cute, though. The attempt is appreciated regardless, even if it doesn't work, D. But yeah, getting back to game consoles, because you know me. Getting back to game consoles, the N64, the PlayStation, and the Sega Saturn, they make such like an interesting trio of consoles, because it's like we had said, the PlayStation was like this all-rounder, but the N64 and the Saturn were more specialized. The N64 was more focused on like 3D and all that good stuff, whereas the Saturn was very much a 2D powerhouse. It's why a lot of 2D Saturn games still look really nice. Oh, it didn't work. Oh well, thanks anyway. But then every now and again you get like a game that pulls like a hat trick on the system and is able to do something like incredible. Like, there are N64 games that are where there's a lot of 2D elements, and you wouldn't think that, and they look really nice. And there's some Sega Saturn games that. Hey, Milksteak! Thank you for the subscription. Resubscribe to Tier 3 for 6 months. Dabs. You can't see it, but I'm dabbing. Thank you very much. It's little things like that that help me to continue living. So thank you very much. But yeah, every now and again you get like a game on like the N64 or whatever, or like Saturn that would pull a hat trick and do what you think that system wouldn't really be able to do all that well. Radiant Silvergun looks pretty nice, I think, but that's a shmup, so it's mostly 2D. So when it does 2D, I think, yeah. When I think of like a really nice looking 2D N64 games, there's this sort of pseudo point and click adventure game. It's actually a sequel to a Super Nintendo game, and they only came out in Japan, and they are primarily 2D, and it looks really nice. Very like a surprising amount of animation. Just like a lot of character and whatnot. It looks really nice. I don't remember the name. There's also Mischief Makers, but Mischief Makers looks kind of blurry overall. And then there's like for the Saturn, obviously you do have some nice looking 3D games. Like you've got Nights into Dreams and Panzer Dragoon are both very nice looking games for the time period. I still think that the original Panzer Dragoon looks like really very visually striking. I haven't played the remake yet. I wonder if it's any good. But I think that's a big reason why the PlayStation 1 with so many with so many developers was because you didn't need to pull a hat trick to do all that stuff on it, you know? There's a fully 2D fighting game on N64 by Konami, but I forget its name. I don't know. I don't know what that is. Wasn't Clay Fighter on the N64? That one's 2D. Like, that uses, like, pre-rendered 2D graphics. There's also stuff like Yoshi's Story. Again, it looks kind of blurry, but it's still a cute looking game. But yeah, no, the N64 definitely focused way more on 3D, where the Sega Saturn focused way more on 2D. At least I think that was their plan, but the Sega Saturn, the poor thing, they had to focus on 3D, but a lot of the time it just didn't have the chops to do that. It was a 2D powerhouse that was specified to 2D gaming. And that's actually so funny to me because a lot of the time, because while 3D was definitely the big go-to, 2D, a lot of the 2D games of that generation hold up a lot better than a lot of the 3D games do. So I just think that's pretty funny. It was a Japan and Europe only release. That sounds about right. A lot of really cool, technically impressive N64 games, unfortunately, never got the North American release. Which makes me sad because I live in North America, but you know, whatever. And I never grew up with a Sega Saturn, so I. Hey! Thank you for upgrading, Kaze. I don't know why the notification didn't go off. Hang on. There we go. Thank you for upgrading to 3rd tier. You now have access to all the emotes. I know the game you're talking about. But there's a lot of really good Sega Saturn games. Some of them are ports of arcade games, admittedly, but like they're damn good ports. That's one thing that with the exception of like something like Tekken, because Tekken was designed basically with like with very similar architecture to a PlayStation. That was menacing. Was that the Sega Saturn generally did arcade games way better than the PlayStation and the N64 ever did. But so if you like wanted the arcade in your house, that was usually the way to go about doing it, was playing it on the Sega Saturn. The Dreamcast continued that. It shows that Sega's which, not surprising, is a very arcade-focused company. And, yeah, you now have the underwear. But yeah, there's a lot of really good Sega Saturn games. Actually, both, Castlevania Symphony of the Night and Mega Man 8 are both best enjoyed on Sega Saturn because they have extra content. Albeit, I believe the port of Symphony of the Night for Sega Saturn is only available in Japan. But yeah, so welcome to the, I believe that's called the Erg pose. No, welcome to the Underfox Club, my dude. Anyway, the N64 soundtrack here is over, so let's pick another N64 soundtrack or something from the Saturn or something, I don't know. Sibling. Ally. Yeah, let's do something else then, 64. Bob-omb Battlefield 10 hour. Actually, let's put on Mario 64.
It's me, Mario.
I'm sorry, Mario's taking over the stream, guys. I knew that it has the worst graphics because Sega Saturn can't really do transparency. It can fake it. There are some games that use like weird like dithering techniques and whatnot to make it look like that it can, but it can't in the traditional sense, and that's traditionally a CPU strain. I don't really remember there being a lot of slowdown, at least not enough for it to matter. Yeah, regardless, you are a sweetheart, and you're not stupid. Trust me, a lot of the time, it's that sort of thing is something I don't even notice anyway. It's like, aww, so cute. You're all cute, heck. But, something else that the N64 couldn't really do as well was audio. Which is funny that we're listening to N64 music. Because the N64, because of how, like, small the actual internal memories of the cartridges were, it had a very hard time doing compressed audio. So it had to mostly rely on itself, and as we were talking about earlier, it had to use the CPU. It didn't have a sound chip. Which I had actually forgotten until Dee pointed it out. Also, yeah, thank you for reminding people about the Sims house. It's not the Sims Fenbot. He's doing his best. I know. Aw, thank you for petting him. He appreciates it. He sat here on my lap right now, and he's purring. Or burring, whatever you want to call it. On my lap. Obviously, he is real. One of these days, you'll remember we're not playing this. Okay, real talk, I just keep forgetting to deactivate that thing. To deactivate that particular timer. I need to do that. Thank you for giving him snacks. Yeah, the sort of difficult thing is that, unfortunately, limitations are still limitations. And there are some games, to be fair, where they do get a surprising amount of decent sounding compressed audio and video in them. Like, excuse me. Custom Fembot plushie? Oh, someday. Someday. I would love to get, like a merch of Fenbot and whatnot made. It'd probably help if I drew him more, too. I think I've brought this up once or twice on stream, but I want to get, like, a puppet of him made so I can bring it to cons. It would. It would be a lot of fun. But yeah, there were some N64 games where the sound discrepancy compared to the PlayStation version or the Saturn version is surprisingly not that noticeable, but they tend to be smaller games or whatever. There are some examples of much larger games that have a surprising amount of like proper audio files, like proper like compressed audio files and whatnot, like Conker. Conker's a fully voice acted game, and that was not common at the time. Banjo-Kazooie does have a really nice reverb, where Nintendo's own games have what sounds more like a delay. Yes, it does. If there was any company that knew how to make use of the N64's like sound setup, it was Rare. Like I said, excuse me. Conker with the full voice acting, like you said, that the reverb sounding more like an actual reverb. Excuse me, sorry. Banjo-Kazooie, Donkey Kong 64, they all have like... Actually, Donkey Kong 64 also, it doesn't have a lot of voice acting, but the voice act clips that they have in there are surprisingly clear. But like, Rare music tends to be very complex as well compared to other type of music you'd hear on the N64. And it sounds very nice. It's like to the point where it doesn't matter if it's a WAV file or whatnot, or if it's the CPU producing it. It sounds good regardless. Mega Man 64 is a significantly voice quality drop. As a significant drop in voice quality compared to Mega Man Legends. True, but Mega Man 64 is also a significant drop in quality to Mega Man Legends. So I mean, excuse me. But like, if you play something like Mortal Kombat 4, I should stress, in gameplay. Oh my god, yeah, I need to fix this grass here, but I'm gonna do the trees first. In gameplay, the audio actually sounds pretty close to the other versions, and then you get to the cutscenes where it sounds a lot more bit crushed. And obviously, the cutscenes themselves are not pre-rendered; they are all like the in-engine graphics, and they look even more doofy. Well, I say that, but it does make the awkward animations make a little bit more sense than them pretending that like it looks good and trying to like having the models with more detail and whatnot, but then still having them move like N64 characters, you know, and it looks weird and stupid. It kind of reminds me of those mods or whatever for like Mario 64 where they like try and or you know what, a better example, those like Unreal Engine Mario 64 stages, and something that they do is they like rip the animation and sounds from Mario 64, so you've got like super detailed realistic lighting and whatnot, but you've got like bit crushed audio and the N64 animation, and it just looks really weird. For the proof that good animation is just as important as a good model. Yes, Nintendo, hire this man. Well, some of them are a little bit more ambitious than the average Nintendo hire this man thing, where it's like they actually try to like remake iconic locations and whatnot and make them like look like they would look in like a more modern environment. Sometimes they even, dare I say, try to match the art style of the Mario games. I know, but then you still have the N64 like animation. It looks weird. Hitoshi Sakamoto's work sounds great on N64, very similar to his work on the Saturn. Not so much like the PS1 since the game's use CD audio on that. Indeed. At the risk of sounding a little barmy here. Oh, what else? What has he worked on? Because like I recognize the name, but like. I just noticed this is like the 4th stream where we've talked about like game music and like specifications related to game music. I wonder if that means anything. But yeah, but it'd be like if they made like a brand new HD like Sonic Adventure, but they still use like the cutscene animations from the original Sonic Adventure. It just wouldn't look right, you know? Tactics, Over Battle, I think it's 8. Tactics, Ogre, Gauntlet. Okay. Alright, so I'm not as familiar with his work, because, I mean, other than the Final Fantasy, but other than Final Fantasy, other than Final Fantasy 8, because I never actually played Tactics, and I've never played any of the Ogre Battle games. So I'm not always all that familiar with his work, but that name did ring a bell, so I mean, I've probably heard his stuff in something. He did a lot of stuff on Mega Drive. That's probably, I've probably like heard his like old arcade and like Genesis / Mega Drive stuff. I wish they could do instead of whatever, you know, whatever whack stuff they're doing. You know, well, okay. The thing is that their game dev is fine. It's that's not the problem. And frankly, hiring a bunch of people who just plop generic Mario assets into Unreal Engine or whatever, into Unity, would probably just make things worse. What we're looking for is a restructuring of their management when it comes to customer relations, because whoo boy, that could use some work. To be fair, this is nothing new for Nintendo, but that's kind of not a good thing. Oh, okay, the taking down Faggot. Yeah, I mean, it's always been like that with them. I have no idea why. Like, okay, ROM hacks are one thing. I still don't agree with the way that they sort of go about ROM hacks. I still don't agree with the way they go about it, but there's at least some legal precedent where you can look and say, okay, I get it, like, it's a ROM, alright, fine. But, like, fan games and whatnot, like, come on, really? You know, it's like, that's lame, man. I'm surprised they haven't done anything about the, Mario 64 stuff, from what I understand. Especially when they were, like, here's the thing. There's this idea that, like, the reason why Legacy is a fan game, they say we should hire them. Yeah. And that's a good mentality to have, provided that the fan game warrants that person being hired, of course. I'm not just going to take some random Joe Schmo who did a texture pack thing that turns, like, Sonic into Shadow, but all it does is make him black. Like, make his fur black, you know? But, like, I feel like that's a good attitude to have, because you should always be looking for fresh blood and talent that's passionate about your series. And, recolored all the trees, and I didn't even notice that. Son of a ding-dong, here comes my bing-bong. They did shut down a Streets of Rage fan game before working with those people to make Streets of Rage 4. Okay, so at least they did that. That, like, never... Okay, the closest thing I could think of is that I might be misremembering, but at least at one point, development or another, I know that some pro Smash players were brought on to consult about enemy AI for Smash Ultimate. But even then, I read that once, so that might not even actually be true. And considering how Nintendo is with Smash players right now. Anyway! Cries a little. But yeah, they've always had just a not good relationship with fan game development, which is a shame because I do feel like they could learn a lot from it. Also work directly with modders who are getting rollback netcode to Guilty Gear XXX and Core Plus R. Which, can I just say, people make fun of Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo. Guilty Gear XX Accent Core Plus R. Just saying. That's exactly what I typed out. Oy. But do have water at least. It's alright, Dresser. I think that's on your end. We did have issues with that earlier, but like it sort of sorted itself out. So there's that at least. I'm sorry that your stream is being a butt. I don't really know if there's too much I can do about that. Yep, there are in fact drums in this song. But for all you know, mayhap, maybe for all you know, it wasn't there because your copy of Mario 64, like every other copy of Mario 64, was personalized. Ooh. Excuse me. And it's a good drum sample, too. Like, damn. Drum loops, not one-shot samples also. Yeah. Like, they're full on sample. Like, very nice. Must have missed some conversation, though. Probably. We've mostly just been talking about game music, honestly, and that sort of thing. I think I might actually change the color of some of these bushes, because, like, those gray ones are kind of bothering me. Let's maybe increase the saturation a smidge. Oh, god dang it. Berg. No, it don't, because I can't help yourself. Don't worry, I also find it interesting, so it wasn't just you. Don't worry about it. Games what got me into music to begin with. That's fair. Games and whatnot are what made me want to do, are one of the things that made me want to do art. So I mean, you know. Alright, yeah, there's a fire. I need to draw too. Gosh hecky, I thought I was almost on the environment. I still love how they pulled the Super Mario World and reused musical leitmotifs with different arrangements. Well, Mario loves doing that. Like, Mario games love doing that, where it's basically just mostly just remixes of one song. I'm kind of on and off with it. I think it works for Mario World and Mario World and this. I find other times it gets a bit tiresome, where it's like, okay, I just really wish there was more unique music. Adventure sample is well difficult to actually recognize, the same as what's used in Pokemon Gen 3. Every horn comes back to Gen 3. Holy hell, it is. I can definitely tell you pointed it out. That's interesting. Oh guys, it's the hell music. Actually, it says C88, but yeah. You can also hear it in Wind Waker and Final Fantasy X. Though at a higher sound quality, because those games generally have better, are being played on better speakers usually. I say usually. Yeah. Hey, Corgi, or Cosmic Void Mage, as you may know her. Thank you very much for the host. Art! Yes, we are doing art. Yes, art! Specifically, it's art for my friend D. Although, if you listen to the Gen 3 samples, banning a few like the flute, they're actually not as low quality as the appearing game. Well, yeah, a lot of that has to do with the speaker. The Game Boy Advance speaker was, Herm. Oh, there's the spoopy music. I can't wait for this to get used in 100 Super Mario 64 Iceberg videos. / every other game ever apparently has a conspiracy theory iceberg now. Completely demystifying and ruining what made the original idea of a Super Mario 64 Iceberg so cool to begin with. I'm not salty, what are you talking about? I don't know what a Super Mario Iceberg is. I'm a fake gamer. Okay, so to explain what this is, the Super Mario 64 Iceberg was a sort of half creepypasta, half like meme poop post. I can't use the actual term. That was posted, I think, on like Reddit or whatever, and it sort of explained, using the visual metaphor of an iceberg, a bunch of Mario 64 conspiracy theories about the game and its nature and things that would have been in it and wouldn't have been in it, ranging from very small like things and oddities within the game to great big things that imply horrific things about the game and the actual nature of its design and the technology used in it and things like that. And it all played off of this the sort of nature and the atmosphere of the game, because I love Mario 64, and one of the reasons why I love it so much, still even to this day, despite the fact that that almost all the other 3D Mario platform games are just better than it, is this. Isn't that stage where you can eat the penguin? No, although I do think something about that does show up on the iceberg. Is that it has this kind of unusual, almost kind of otherworldly atmosphere at times. Kind of like a liminal space. And a lot of that just had, oh no, it's the poop basement level. Yes. It is the, now that's actually a reference to the, Mario 64 Iceberg. Some of it's, like, not meant to be taken seriously at all. Some of it's, like, meant to be, like, creepypasta stuff. Anyway, but Mario 64 has this kind of feeling for a lot of gamers because it was one of the first games that they played. It was definitely one of the first 3D games that I played. It's one of the first games I have very vivid memories of. And sometimes when you remember a game, you remember it differently. So, aside from it having this kind of weird, kind of almost liminal space-style atmosphere to it, a lot of people misremember details about the game. And so, it came together this idea that every copy of Mario 64 was personalized. That that the way that everybody experiences the game is slightly different because the game learns as you play. Now, this isn't true, but it made for an interesting little, like, creepypasta and kind of like kind of sort of quasi-jokey meme thing. And then connected to that was that iceberg, and that was one of the major things. And that Mario 64 being personalized thing is kind of the core of that iceberg, where all the different, like, smaller theories kind of spread off from. The problem is that now every game is that now, as is with meme culture, and especially on YouTube, where something gets popular, now everyone does it, is that now there's like an iceberg for like every game now. And it doesn't work with a lot of those other games, because they don't have that same feel of Mario 64, you know? I remember a Koopa on top of Whomp's Fortress, despite the fact that there never was. Yeah, like, there's small things like that. Now, obviously, that's just a trick of the memory, but the creepypasta slash, like, again, it's sort of a meme, kind of played off the idea that there was a reason for people misremembering things. Like, the one that I always think of is the life up at the top, another Whomp's Fortress one, is the life up at the top of Whomp's Fortress. There is a life up that you can find in Whomp's Fortress by punching one of the walls, and I swear on my life that when I found out, I tried it, and it didn't work. Wario Apparition's another one. Now that one is a big creepy, because let's be real, no one ever remembered there being a Wario Apparition. But that was a big creepypasta sort of meme thing, but that did tie into the conspiracy theory iceberg. It's actually very complex, but it's very fascinating. And that fascination, I feel like, just doesn't work as well with a lot of other games, because a lot of the games that they do them with are either more recent or so simple that they're much easier to remember every detail of. B, they don't have that sort of vaguely sort of off-kilter, weird, really early 3D kind of atmosphere that Mario 64 has. And another thing is we don't know is that we know a lot about Mario 64's beta as well, so that helps too. We know next a lot of games that they do these other icebergs for, we don't know a lot about their betas as well. That helps contribute to it. If I could like actually take the time to make a video about it, I would, but then I don't know. I can't talk right now. If I could take the time to make a video to kind of center my thoughts, would I'd be able to explain it in better detail. I'd recommend looking at one of the videos properly explaining it. Don't look up like the very clearly like clickbaity bullcrap. Just look up like videos explaining what it is or talking about it just in general. Like I think Swanky Box did a video on it. That's good stuff. But then like there's things where it's very clearly just writing off of the meme status of it and things like that, and it's just like okay. Like, I saw, like, one of them was, like, a Fortnite, like, conspiracy theory iceberg. And I was like, oh, come on, man. It's not even because it's Fortnite. It's just Fortnite doesn't have that feel. It doesn't have a sort of off-kilter, bizarro feel. And instead, all you're doing is cribbing off an existing creepypasta / meme. You know, it just doesn't work. Wet Dry World is the game's brain. That's another one where it's like the way that level is shaped. It also sort of vaguely ties into that level having a negative emotional aura. And I think that one's interesting because I've heard people flat out explain that they don't like that level and then it makes them uncomfortable. So I thought that one was really fascinating because well, obviously that's just it's because it's a sort of annoying level and it's kind of drab looking. It's obviously just not a very pleasant level compared to everything else. I just think that it's interesting that it ties in more properly to the psychology of the game, you know? Basically, it's really cool by creepypasta standards and by meme standards because it actually takes the psychology of the way people interact with the game into consideration, you know? There's legitimate thought and time put into it. It wasn't done for the sake of just, let's get them YouTube algorithms in. Haha, big chungus. You know, no, it's like, this is an actual thing. And it became a meme because it was a pretty damn original idea and a pretty damn original way of interacting with the game and being this cool kind of pseudo creepypasta. It's really cool. And then, like, the background makes you feel off. That's, well, it's probably because it's based on actual ruins, but, like, anyway. I actually quite like Wet Dry World, aesthetically, but that's just me. And admittedly, a lot of that might be biased due to the fact that it does tie into that story. Enchanted SC88 samples. Yeah, I guess so. We need to go gargle some water. Another thing that I definitely do remember about Mario 64 is I remember there being another level to the castle. Now, I know why I remember that. It's because of, it's just because of the fact that when you're young, the castle seems so much bigger. You know? But again, what made it originally so cool was that it was playing off the psychology of the story, no, of the game, and the way that people, like the psychology of the way that people interact with the game. There, that's a good way to explain it. Oh, parallel universes are a completely different thing. I mean, there is a section on them in the Iceberg, but they were a thing before the Super Mario 64 Conspiracy Iceberg was a really popular thing. Excuse me. But yeah, when you get the opportunity, just look up the Super Mario 64 Conspiracy Theory Iceberg, or look up a video of it, but specifically only like the stuff about the Super Mario 64 Conspiracy Theory Iceberg. No game jacking nonsense, no Undertale Conspiracy Theory Iceberg or anything like that. Just the original, like, Mario 64 Conspiracy Theory Iceberg. Very stuff ranging from hilarious and nonsensical to fascinating to surprisingly thought-provoking to absolutely bonkers off-the-wall nonsense to a theory that explains that Hazy Maze Cave is the sewer system of the castle, and that the giant rolling rocks are actually poo. Yeah, it covers every broad spectrum from funny to creepy to just fascinating. It's really interesting stuff. If you want a Neo OST, look up Gauntlet 4, by the way. I will definitely look into that at some point. I think there's only like a select few games you could get away with conceivably doing something similar that that you do with the Mario 64 Iceberg. The others to me are stuff like Pokemon, like specifically the original Pokemon games, and because people have kind of done stuff like that with the Lavender Town and the Hypno and like the Hypno's Lullaby and things like that. But like the other ones are like Pokemon, and maybe if you're really gonna stretch it, I could maybe conceivably see Sonic Adventure 2, because there is actually like that bit towards the end where it gets like super dark. I could totally see someone using like source interviews and things like that, or even fake interviews, like that one about how the game was originally supposed to have like multiple choices and you could impact the story. That's actually bogus. That was a fake interview. But I could totally see somebody using that, as well as the very dark turn that it takes towards the end, and writing a sort of similar kind of creepypasta thing where you find out about the development of the game, the beta of the game. Oh, that's a key component of the Mario 64 Iceberg, is beta elements of the game. In particular, a specific beta build of the game that contains a lot of the AI personalized copy stuff and is rawest form. It's very fascinating. There's a lot of cool YouTube videos about that, of people recreating it and that sort of thing. It's a very bend drown kind of thing, where it's a creepypasta, but not a traditional creepypasta. It's not like a Sonic.exe where it's just a long wall of text describing how gory the situation was. It's actually a very fascinating, thought-provoking kind of thing. It just so happens to be mixed in with a bunch of Looney Tunes nonsense, and not Looney Tunes, but like goofy nonsense about like Hazy Maze Cave and things like that. You know? Anyway, that's enough about me rambling about the Mario 64 Iceberg. It was only really good when they tried to do it there. Everything else attempting to capitalize on it always sucks. So, yeah. I'm not salty, you're salty. Shut up. Well, actually, that could be good for lighting reference. Oh no! Oh god, it's just a single tentacle. I see a big monster, tail Scaramouche, Scaramouche, yes. I'm gonna save it because I just. Well, actually, I'm gonna fix the way I spell character first. Excuse me. So, how's everyone doing right now? Are we having a good time? I hope so. I hope me rambling about Mario 64 conspiracy theories wasn't boring. Okay, good, good, good. I'm glad that you're feeling better, at least. I'm a little sleepy, but that's just my weird sleep schedule. Oof. Yes, I'm curled up in a hammock watching your stream, so I'm happy. Hey, I'm glad. Yes, big. Big. The pose I have... Oh, actually, no, there's a hand right there. Oh, yeah, no, I drew it the right size. Okay. Big. Their hands. You got big hands. Who got big hands? Okay, so real quick, going back to the Mario 64 like beta builds and that sort of thing, like the Iceberg, there is a fan-made like Mario 64 like beta build, like I don't remember the specific like date name for the build, but like soundtrack, or rather a few recovered songs, and one of them is this boss fight, and it's like and connected to a theme for a bad ending, and it's this but with like a far deeper and more grand sounding like organ. Oh, it sounds so good. And then it like leads to a bunch of like horrific noise and things like that, which is stuff I like to listen to when I'm in a mood. So most everything about them is weak except their height. They're pretty average. Yes. Would you say that they're fairly extra? I still really like this final boss theme for Mario 64. I still think it sounds pretty awesome. Maybe they are a dancer. That's fair. And they love to show their tail. Of course they do. I kid. I almost feel like it sounds a little bit too evil for Bowser, though. I say that, but then I remember, oh yeah, we've got a Bowser's Fury, and they've got apparently not actually called Godbreaker Bowser, or whatever the name was. Yeah, that wasn't actually their name, by the way. A bit disappointing, but yeah, whatevs. With that said, are any of you planning to get Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury? I am still on the fence, honestly. I do love 3D World. I thought that the mode looked interesting, but I'm still kind of lost on how it's supposed to work. Is it just one big level? Is it multiple levels? Can I play as any of the characters, or is it just Mario? How does Bowser Jr. work? Is he just a character who's there? Can I play as Bowser Jr.? I don't know. I'm a little lost on that right now. With that said, I am willing to at least keep an eye on it for now, I guess. If not, when it comes out sometime down the road. I hope you're not waiting for a price drop. I do love this version of Peach's theme. I love this version of Peach's theme. And you don't have a Wii. That's fair. Oh, this is the piano version of the lullaby that's on the OST. I was like, what? Wait, what is this from? It's like, oh, okay. I was like, oh no, has there been a whole extra level the entire time that I didn't know because my copy was personalized to not have it? Silly Nintendo and your business practices. Oh, Nintendo, I love you, but sometimes I hate you. Your head hurty? Oh no, friend. Maybe you're dehydrated. Have more drink. Also, thank you, Fenbot, for reminding folks that, yes, you can tip me at my Streamlabs or over coffee. Either way, donations help a ton. You also get cute little notifications when you do it, so, you know. There you go. I don't know why they played that before the end credits. That might be how it's put on the OST, because I think these are all the OST versions of the tracks. just remember. Oh yeah, they have horns. I might want to draw those. Also, best end credits music in all of Mario. A lot of your characters have horns. That's fair. Kind of can't stop myself. I feel like there's a joke to be made there. I'm choosing not to make it because it seems like it'd be too easy. It's nothing mean. It's just a stupid pun. Yeah. Maybe they are, yeah. Ugh. Why am I so tired all of a sudden, jeez? The key change, the songs. Oh yeah, it's a great song. It always makes me smile too. It's a good song. Again, it's my favorite of the end credit themes for Mario. So. Oh, internally, not really on the outside. Oh. Let's see. Okay. Wait a second. I'm sorry. I'm looking at music and I see. Does this make the Atari VCS worth buying? Did the Atari VCS come out? Did the Atari VCS come out? What? Huh? Yeah. Kirby 64 sounds good. The biggest bit about Hitoshi Sakamoto's music on the Mega Drive is how bassy it can be sometimes. Well, yeah. Bass is one of the best parts of the Genesis Mega Drive kind of sound, I feel. That bass is iconic. I would boost that bass. Funnily enough, you can do the same with the Sinest too. Ah, that's good. You must just really like that bass. You could say he's all about that bass. About that bass. No trouble. All about that bass. No trouble. Bass boost will give anyone ideas. I mean, it's been a while since anyone's actually used it, so I mean... It just keeps turning bass sound more than anything. Yeah. I know. Or I figured, rather. It's a bassy sound. Because I know that FM synthesis can lead itself to certain bass instrument you can hear in a lot of games. Yeah, excuse me. Does it bass boost, though? Maybe. Nope. Well, maybe. Paw. Yes. Pete. Put. Pete. Would a singular Pete be a put? Good. Oh no. Excuse me. You know what, folks? I'll be right back. I'm just gonna take a quick break. I'll leave you with the music and all that good stuff. Be right back. I'm back. What who would do fast? Let's show the goods while they're dancing. When they do just they lift their paws up, or I have no idea. It's your character. This is a cute song. It is. It's generally a Kirby music be. It's kind of fun doing the one thing about it. Yes, good. Yes, Kirby music is pretty cute. And then you find out about the lore. Oh, sorry. I thought I clicked off it. Okay, my bad. You guys got to look at the Family Guy pose for even longer. I like that it includes the horrific sound effects in this song. Thank you. I needed a reminder that that dark matter is horrifying. Thank you. Sorry, I'm just stretching a bit. One of the snares from this sounds like it's from SC55. Maybe. I mean, I wouldn't know the specifics of that, but like I wouldn't be terribly shocked by something like that. I'm not as familiar with that sort of thing as you are, so... That one. Maybe. King Dedede is now part of your party! And we get the boss. I love the boss music for Kirby 64. It's so good. I love all the music in this game, but I love the boss music in particular. It's so good. I don't feel like I've done their thick legs enough justice. Hang on, I'm gonna make their legs a little bit thicker. He's got some thighs primed for saving lives. Oh yeah. My dog complaining upstairs. What's with them today? They're very complaining today. Complaining animals. They Yes, Tara, thank you. I know you exist. You don't need to remind me. You know what? There's probably someone in the kitchen. She's like, but I want to be in the kitchen. Now this is a track I remember. Wait for D to start. Oh no! Or is that or with the ooh woo, is that a... That's a... Okay. I thought you meant for real. I'm dumb. Oh, you did actually cough. Okay. No cough. No allowed cough. Get healthy, damn it. Excuse me. I like how I'm like, no cough, and then I proceed to cough. At least I'm already in bed. Yeah, that's fair. Bed sounds nice right about now. Don't open the movie-making software. Ah! Coughing is reserved for the streamer only. You must earn your coughing privileges. Gotta use more bells on my music. Yeah, bells are good. So I don't have to go anywhere if I am sick. I love that coughing is reserved for the streamer only. You must earn your coughing privileges. You have to donate money to cough. I'll make that a donation tier for The Sims. Donate $100 and you're allowed to cough. Correction, you're allowed to cough once. It's the Donkey Kong meme that you may spank it once, but it's you may cough once. If you cough more than once, Dr. Mario's gonna break down your door and he's gonna throw mega vitamins into like down your mouth. So you know, careful. He has a PhD in pain, don't you know? I make my characters too attractive sometimes. I think I have that problem where a lot of my characters, I don't really have any characters that I'd say are flat out like ugly or like homely or anything. I should probably try and do a bit more of that because it's like, I don't know. God, Fox, not every one of your characters has to be attractive. God. I like that. That's how I feel like it is. I feel like, I don't know. I'm just rambling now. If I could speak candidly for a minute, I'll admit I was feeling like kind of anxious out of like nowhere. I could like feel it in the pit of my stomach, and I don't really know why. I'm better now, but I'm still kind of having I'm still kind of catching back up, you know? So if I say things that are dumb or don't make any sense, then, well, you know why. Well, that and I just tend to ramble anyway. I mean, the Mario 64 Iceberg thing alone, I rambled on about that for hours, for a while, and half of it was just me tripping over my own words. So line work looks done, so... Well. I need to stop preemptively jumping onto... Oh yeah, no, it's done. I can now immediately move on to the next part. It does lead to some unfortunate sloppiness, I find. That's one of the things I don't like about my art is that sometimes it comes off it's a bit sloppy. I feel that sometimes. I'm assuming that's the anxiety thing you're talking about, not the messy art thing. Because I literally just said that. I'd be impressed if you were able to just respond to that now, like immediately. I'd be very impressed. Is too perfect. Hey! Oh, Corgi! Thank you for using your Prime to subscribe. I don't have Prime, otherwise I would do it bad. Also, I don't think I can subscribe. I don't think you're an affiliate yet. Yeah, you're not an affiliate yet. However, we can help you get there. If you're not yet subscribed to Cosmic Void Mage, otherwise known as my pal Corgi, and I mean that's not part of her name, it's just Corgi. Go and follow her now, because that will help her reach affiliate. Okay, I actually do think it looks fine now, so let's wrap this up. At least the flat colors, and then we're gonna go on to the shading. Oh, no, I noticed more flat. God dang it. You make your lines super clean. I can't really do anything else. I wish I could make my lines a little bit more clean. Like, I don't have an issue with rough lines or anything, and I could do, like, painterly, lineless styles and whatnot. It's more just... I don't know, I feel like my lines tend to be overly rough. Yeah, like, I'm looking back now. Like, I thought, this is, like, the third time where I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm totally done, and I'm looking back. It's like, yeah, no, there's a lot of things I could fix here. My lines tend to kind of have, like, this kind of smudgy kind of look to them sometimes as a result. And I need to do less of that. The problem is that, especially when you're working on comms, it takes a while, but I want to put in that time and effort when I'm working on a comm, but it does unfortunately mean that, you know, as I get better at art and I begin to recognize these things more, comms take longer. You know what, I'm just gonna start doing the flat coloring. If I notice anything wrong, I'll go back and fix it. Oh, I legitimately thought for a second there that that was, Gourmet Race, because it kind of sounds like it. I was like, wait. Yes. Oh, I mean, I know. It just took me a minute because it does kind of sound like Gourmet Race. At least it did at the beginning. Not so much now. Kirby games do tend to reuse music a lot. Sometimes with tracks you wouldn't even think are reused. Like, they might sound completely new, and then you find, oh yeah, no, this was actually from, Kirby's Tilt and Tunnel, Kirby's Tilt. Was that a Kirby or Yoshi game? I'm gonna look that up super quick. Yeah, Kirby Tilt and Tumble. Because I was trying to remember if there was Kirby Tilt and Tumble or if there was Yoshi Tilt and Tumble. The answer is Kirby. Although, I think there was a Yoshi game that was kind of similar in concept. We're gonna have after a moment, grab some food. Hopefully we'll be back before you wrap up. Okay, Kaze. And if you're not, you know how to reach me, my dude. Here, I'm gonna fix that tongue because it doesn't, like, it's not that I want the whole tongue out, but it doesn't quite match, like, the shape. The tongue is large and broad and ends on an angle, so I'm gonna fix that. And on today's episodes of things I didn't think I'd have to say today. Yes, thank you, Yoshi's Universal Gravitation. It has another name in other countries. I think it's like, Topsy-Turvy. But... which, honestly, is kind of both somehow a much better and a much worse name. Yeah, Yoshi Topsy-Turvy. I think that's a much more overall appealing sounding name, but there's just something like let's be real. Yoshi's Universal Gravitation sounds like the lost game of the Mario educational platformer trilogy. You know, like Mario's Missing and things like that. Mario's Time Machine. But on the other hand, it does sound pretty badass when just set on its own. Yoshi's Universal Gravitation. Apparently I have a lot of trouble saying the word universal. Apparently I have a lot of trouble speaking. Who the fuck? I was thinking about Hotel Mario for a second, which that became a meme. Yeah, and I think we all know about Hotel Mario in these streams. I'd love to stream Hotel Mario at some point. I don't know if I'd actually beat it, but I'd like to at least play a bit of it. If I can remember what the name of that CDI emulator I used years ago was, and how to set it up. Because setting that thing, I brought this up once or twice, my experience with the Zelda CDI games, but and Hotel Mario, is that I played them in high school on an emulator when I was sick. And setting up that emulator, oh, that was not fun. Excuse me. CDI emulation is horrendous. When you actually get it working, the games run fine, but actually getting them to work, ah, it is a pain in the ass. I love this track too. It's definitely up there with like my favorite like wintry tracks in games. But yeah, CDI emulation is an absolute goddamn nightmare. Proceed with caution. Oh. Butter building! So this version's called Above the Clouds. Which is a much less fun name, so I'm going to call it Butter Building. I do like this remix of Butter Building, though. Excuse me. If I haven't used it in a video yet, I should, because it sounds really nice. I think I've used this in a video. I know that I used the Burr Star theme, like the main Burr Star theme, but, or Shiver Star, I think it's technically called, but I think it's actually called. I don't know where I got Burr from. I think that's like the name of the song. It's like Burr Star, or something like that. I guess I'm a fake Kirby fan, guys. Okay, so that sounded like a car starting up. I thought we were getting interrupted by commercials, and I was like, but I have my ad blocker on. And if you're curious, I only have ad blocker on when, like, for channels I don't normally, like, follow or vote. So, like, if I, like, want to support a streamer, or, like, a content creator, I will whitelist their channel for ad block. So, like, because I don't mind sitting through an ad for a content creator whose content I regularly interact with, but like if it's like, I don't know, I'm just trying to like listen to some music or something, and it's like just ripped music that you could probably find on like, that was probably just downloaded from like a website, the video's from like 13 years ago, and it's probably been demonetized anyway, I usually have ad block on. It also helps during streaming. Oh, it is a car starting up. Okay, that's what I thought. It did sound like that. Do they have piercings? No, they don't. I thought they did. Okay. I'm actually going to keep that for now because it makes for a good kind of rough for how I want the lighting to go on the character. Let's start with the character and then do the environment, because the environment's going to take less time. Or it might take more. It kind of depends. Well, you know what? No, they might take about the same amount of time, but let's start with the character anyway. Because that's the more fun part. I am glad. So, since it's mostly yellow and orange, let's go for kind of a blue. A slightly purple blue. More like a periwinkle. We'll say... hang on. Let's maybe make it a bit darker, but I don't mind having that for, like, extra highlights and such. You know what? I actually kind of like the more striking kind of, like, blue that, because, yeah, you know what? Let's keep that. Let's go with that. Let's go with this. I like this better. Whipple Star 3 is great. Yes. Is it just me or does the bassline kind of remind me of some of the songs in Donkey Kong Country? Or Donkey Kong Country 3 specifically. I just like that. Well, jazz is pretty dope. Sometimes I imagine someone as a sport in a sports team who's about to swear. What? What? Choco, and then someone says, this game is on Nickelodeon. Oh. Oh, that. Okay, so for those of you that don't know, allow me to elucidate. So they broadcast the, I think it was the Super Bowl, I don't know, some boring sports event, I don't care. And, over on Nickelodeon, don't waste it, just a nice instrument, it is. Over on Nickelodeon, because of, that's where they were premiering stuff for Camp Coral. And right in the middle of it, you could hear someone drop the F-bomb. I think a player or like a narrator or something. It's sort of faint, but you could definitely hear it. And that was the ending you get. Thank you for that. That track was what you hear when you don't 100% the ending, because it turns out that the queen of whatever her name's race is. I forget. The fairy girl. I forget her name. She is, like the queen there is still possessed by a dark matter. So that's not good. Ribbon! Her name is Ribbon. There's Gourmet Race. I'm sorry. Ken Race. This is Gourmet Race. You could call it whatever you want. We know what it is. Excuse me. Excuse me. Okay. I think I might need to rework the shading on the foot here a bit. It looks a little awkward on the pub. I'm back. Okay. Yeah, we're not done yet, so you didn't really miss anything, don't worry. Soup. Are you excited for your soup? Got yourself some soup. It's soup! Hey, Dresser! Good to know you're still here. I'm at soup! Gotta yell soup like Kratos yells Zeus. Soup! I don't remember exactly how it goes, and ow. Is that what he tells, gotta yell soup like Kratos yells Zeus' name? Is that how he tells his son, what was his son's name? What's his son's name? Whatever. Boy. Is that how he tells Boy, what's for dinner? It's like, so Dad, what's for dinner? Soup! Sometimes I wish I knew how to shade. Haha! Same. Sith. Boy! Yeah, because what's that kid? Well, what is Boy's name again? I always just call him Boy. Isn't it like Paragus or something? Whatever, I'm just gonna keep calling him Boy. Oh, hi, 02. 02, you are needlessly horrific. I mean, 0 was also needlessly horrific, but... Atreus, thank you. Paragus is Broly's father. Although, Paragus is the name of a mythological figure, I think, as well, but I couldn't tell you what. I think it is anyway. I guess not, because I'm looking it up and there's nothing here, so... Suddenly, Kirby kills an Eldritch Abomination. That's just a regular Tuesday for Kirby. Like, that happens to him a lot. Also, blurring that actually made it look way worse, so let's, I'm gonna, yeah, just using regular blending looks way better. I don't know why I keep kind of switching between. Although I might change the size of it a little. Geez, we're going on 3 hours soon, I think. Well, kind of. Like the first run of the stream, I'm not really counting because yeah, a whole bunch of stuff went wrong. And I was being all grumpy and bitter about it. So yeah, you know. Anyway. I bet they are soft. Are they softy? Oh my god, we're almost on the Kirby 64 soundtrack. Just got the staff, club mix in the field, and club mix the bosses. Which, to be fair, those are longer, but like, damn. This trumpet sample they use in Final Fantasy IV. This trumpet sample they use in Final Fantasy IV. Like, I recognize it exactly. They are, yes, good. Warm and cuddly. What's a Fox stream without technical difficulties? I'll tell you, fun! I didn't mean anything by the way I said that, Kaze, sorry. That came off as a little bit aggressive. That's not how I meant that to sound at all. I understood it was a joke. Okay, I'm just making sure because I'm anxious all the time. I mean, same. I think I'm gonna have to do some rejiggering. Well, this doesn't sound like it's into club at all. Oh, there we go. He's making Smash Brothers noises. How can it be in the club if there's no DK rap? I mean, that's what they listen to in the club, right? The DK rap? I've never actually been clubbing. Like, I mean, that is the most lit rap ever made. I mean, I can't think of what else they'd be listening to. I mean, what would they listen to? Like Black Eyed Peas, Eminem. Maybe they might listen. Maybe. Oh, this will be rich. Maybe someone who does like dance music. Can you imagine? They put on like some dubstep or house. And, that'd be ridiculous. No, the only music you need for the club is Donkey Kong 64 Donkey Kong rap. All right, that's all you need. Wow, we're suddenly jumping through tracks super fast. Hi. Easy. Yeah, I think these are just the sound samples from Smash 64. Probably should add a little bit of reflective lighting. I don't know. Okay, yeah, no, maybe not that much. That laugh was terrifying. Was that Mark's? Did any of you else hear? Did you hear that laugh? Nothing we need to open it back up. I do have a backup plan, but I love your full pieces like this. They look really amazing. Oh, thank you. I do need to try and do more pieces, more like full pieces like this, because like I feel like that. Well, I do appreciate your comments, and I'm not trying to downplay them. I do feel like I have a lot of work to do when it comes to like full colored pieces. I think I have a pretty good grasp on it when it comes to just drawing a character, but when I have to like do like full things like this, I tend to, I personally feel like I kind of choke a little in some areas. This one's not looking too bad though. Okay. All this is that it's just the regular ass butter building music, but instead they keep interjecting random tracks. And then just sometimes having terrifying sounding Kirby voice samples. Like, stop! Yeah, that's Mark's. Is it too hot? D, I'm sorry. I wish there was something you could do to help. Thank you for stopping that, Jesus. Like, at least this is actually sounding like a remix. I mean, technically, that was a remix, too. It just sounded like crap. Well, you're out of water? I'm sorry. I mean, I would just go get some anyway. I'd say screw it. No, they're doing it again. He's just randomly saying hi. I mean, at least Marx isn't there eating my soul, so at least there's that. Mark's soul. Ah! Hey. Well, you know what I forgot to do I forgot to add, like, you know, the shiny bits to the bottle. That's important. Oh, he was a lot creepier, never elaborated. Fun times. Yeah. Hey, does anyone remember that piece of concept art for, 02 that makes the design a lot clearer and shows that his wings are actually made out of blood? I never found Marks that creepy. At least not compared to, like, 02. Bloodwing sounds more edgy than creepy. If you've seen, like, the art, it makes more sense as to why it's creepy. Because it's not just wings made of blood. It looks like that they're, like, splurting out of it. It's surprisingly graphic. And once you consider what 02 is, that's pretty creepy, I'm just gonna say. I don't know, maybe I'm just a little bitch. But I've always found 02 to be creepy. Like, I never found March to be super creepy or scary. Like, I could see why someone would. But I've never found March to be all that creepy. But 0 and 02, no thanks. That is very true, haha. You also have to remember Courage the series. Yeah, like, what is wrong with this series? How does it get away with all of this crap? Those were not very good remixes. And I'm just gonna say that right now. Yeah, it is. The idea is that it's like this is the club remix or something, but like, okay, relax. You know, like it was literally at that bit at the end. It just sounded like a YouTube poop. Like Kirby YouTube poop. Kirby made YouTube poop before it was cool. It really did. I hope you guys like Diddy Kong Racing, because we're doing that now. You guys can't see it, but I'm dancing. It would be so cool if our internet stopped being poop. Yes, it would. Oh, did I tell you guys? We had an outage on our internet, and it actually. And here's the funny thing. It was both. Sounds like SNES music and other games. It does. But it was both Rogers, which is our provider, going out for a while. Plus, something happened outside. And so what they had to do is they had to, like, replace some, like, the cords. And now we have, because they can't fix it proper until the spring, we have, like, a cord running from our house over to where things get all connected and whatnot. It's just there and it looks sketchy as hell. No, don't open the goddamn... It also could very likely, at any point, could get pulled out. So it's like, yeah, thanks. Great. Yeah, they're really fixing the problem, Rogers. I know that they can't fix it, like, proper right now, but they never really told us why, so it's like, I don't buy it. Sorry. Yeah, they do. We were actually thinking about switching over to Bell, but because our house is not set up, and in fact, this entire neighborhood is not set up to have fiber optic internet, we would be paying the exact same that we do for Rogers, except it would be worse. It would be slower because it wouldn't be working right. I adore this game's soundtrack. It's so fun. Here's the thing. It's just so much fun. This game is a really fun soundtrack. It's either cable to the house or no internet until spring. Yeah. I think the copper wire going to our house is corroded, which I just can't help but feel like, you know, didn't that happen last year too? What kind of copper are they using? Yeah, we can't get fiber at all. We tried to open a second line too, just in case, because like so many of us in the house rely on the internet for like work and for school now, and apparently we can't. So ISPs are generally doing it over here, I guess. I hope they are, D. I hope you have better ISPs than we do. Oh yeah, the intro cutscene. And they never fixed it before. No, you're right. They didn't fix it before, and that's why it happened. I'm not trying streaming much, to be fair. It's not even just the streaming. It's just getting them to actually fix anything. Yeah, and we do get charged up the butt, because it's honestly not as good as it should be. And we have their best package when it comes to just internet. And even then, when you get another package that has like cable and whatnot, you don't get better internet. This is about as good as you're getting for internet. So thanks, Rogers. Definitely made a mistake going with them. But on the other hand, we don't have a lot of options in this neighborhood. If we had Bell, we would have had to switch over anyway when we moved here. Yeah, exactly. It does get kind of hard. Now, to be fair, and at the very least, we've all scheduled around each other. So very rarely is there an instance where someone is trying to stream and it's legitimately they can't stream because too many people are using the internet or something. You know what? I can get rid of this now. Go away. I don't need you anymore. I barely even used you as a reference as it was. Like for the shading. It was good for the pose, but... And to kind of give a general idea of the mood I wanted to invoke, but... Which requires internet for Zoom calls, yep. Oh boy, Zoom calls, my favorite. Okay, guys, so I'm gonna ask you a pretty hard question for a lot of you hardcore old school Gen 64 PlayStation gamers out there. CTR or Diddy Kong Racing? Because they do have a lot in common, actually. In fact, if I remember correctly, CTR was designed around a lot of Diddy Kong Racing's ideas. Like, I think they actually, like, remade a Diddy Kong Racing track in CTR to test it. CTR's Crash Team Racing, if you're wondering. La 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 la. Creepy kids singing. I can't wait till you and Abyss start school and our internet explodes. Oh, that won't be for a long time. So, CTR, my vote goes for Diddy Kong Racing, actually. Okay, Corgi, you can't put it twice and just assume that it means that you're winning. My vote goes for Diddy Kong Racing. I have more exposure to CTR, so I guess that one. I still think both are good games. I will freely admit I didn't grow up with CTR, and my sort of feeling towards it has been kind of... You ever played Diddy Kong Racing? It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. It's a pretty, like, up until you get to, like, the last boss and whatnot, it's a pretty easy racing game, but it's a lot of fun. It's a really fun, kind of cute racing game. You know? It's nowhere near as hard as CTR. Like, CTR is deliberately designed to be hard, and I've always been on and off about that. Because on one hand, it's like, yeah, it's a kart racer's kart racer, which is good, but on the other hand, it does limit appeal. But you know what? It's different goals, you know? As for CTR, I never really grew up with it, so already my opinions are painted. But also, CTR, the Nitro version, the new one, it is so filled to the brim with microtransaction Activision bullshit that the other Crash remakes just didn't have. And it just kind of sets a nasty precedent, I guess, and it does color my perception of the games a little. I will freely admit. That's not fair to the original, I recognize, but... Yes, it was the first game Banjo appeared in, which automatically gives it 10 points. Oh yeah, Conquer first appeared in there too. Chocomingo, you're a cutie. Yeah, this was back before Conquer was meant to be all adult and edgy and gross, like gross toilet, edgy, gross like toilet humor. Because originally they were just gonna make a cute, fun little platformer, like they did with Banjo and whatnot. But there was negative reception to it when it was showed, and so Rare took the time. They reworked the game. They kept a lot of the mechanics and even one or two of the same tracks. Some of the designs, although not all of them, see Barry, and reworked the game into being for a more mature audience, which I think worked out really good in the long run. But I would love if we could get a playable version of 12 Tales. I think that would be so cool. Microsoft and Nintendo can partner up to do it, have it released on the Xbox Series X and the Switch or something. I think that would be so cool. Never finished your stream of Banjo. Conquer before or the incident. The incident, that's right. Maybe it was what happened with Wizpig that turned him into an alcoholic. You never know. You should finish streaming Banjo. Hell, I'll join you for it if you want.
Hi, I am Titi. This is our way of doing time trials more.
Excuse me. I need to beat Grunty, then stop and swap. Yes. And then we can move on to Tui, which... Yay! I'd love to stream those games sometime. So, I don't know how many of you are aware of this, but Banjo-Kazooie and Banjo-Tooie are two of my favorite platformers ever made. I feel like they do everything so unbelievably right that I don't know what to stream, honestly. I don't know. Well, I already said it'd be cool if you streamed making music, and people do stream that, so I mean, why not, right? But of getting our fabled Banjo 3E. Yeah, maybe someday. I can't believe that they never made another mainline Banjo game after the N64. That's fair, yeah. But if you ever can get into a situation where you can stream, that's why I'd recommend you should stream is music, because that's your passion. It's what you do. And it'd be a good way to let more people know that you in fact do it. I was so worried about color before, but now it's basically just like... Art would be nice, but a lot of it, what I draw wouldn't be suitable for Twitch. No, but then again, there are other places where you can stream. Like, I think Picturo is usually generally more lax about that sort of thing. Sorry. I just really get into this game's music. It's a very, again, it's just a fun soundtrack. Aw, no you. Ah, jeez. My neck is killing me. I'm almost done, and then that'll be it for the stream. And, if you can believe it, I will be finished my queue, which means I'll be able to reopen soon. Eyes. Yay! I get lost in the music sometimes. I do too. Especially when I'm like streaming. It's actually something I kind of am trying not to do as much when I stream, because I've been looking back at a lot of my old streams, and a lot of them, unfortunately, it's kind of hard to make a compilation out of it, when, especially the art stuff, when half the time I'm just humming along to the music. I would prepare my wallet for you. This internet makes me want to throw myself into a hole. Jesus. It's been mostly fine down here. I think a lot of it might be because I'm streaming. I'll try and wrap up soon, okay? We are almost done, so... I mean, I'm just watching you, lol. I know, but... maybe other people want to use the internet. Are you watching on mobile? Because if that's the case, that's not our internet. That's Twitch mobile. Corgi, don't throw yourself into a hole. Yeah, that's rude. That's mean. No hole throwing. No, I'm watching a laptop. Okay, now that is weird. Is everything else on the internet working okay then? Like... Void is having issues with the stuff too. Dick. I'm surprised it's not messing up my stream then. Alright, I'll try and finish this up then. It's almost done anyhow, so let me just... When I read that, I just imagine like your Sona being thrown ragdolls down to some old school Gmod YouTube poop. Oh no! I mean, that's how I want to be remembered when, okay, like, not to sound morbid, but that's how I want to be remembered when I want to be, when I pass on. I want to be remembered as a Gmod ragdoll. I don't know where I'm going with this. I'll shut up now. Sorry. When she lands, she's in the Family Guy pose. Oh, obviously! How else? How else would she land, Corgi? There is no other way to land. That doesn't look right. Hang on. Could just have some super basic fire measures. Probably how you lit the fire. That possibly. I mean, I don't know. You're sweet, cute character, so that's your call. I am not here to dictate how the cute got the fire. I am simply here to show the cute with the fire. In other words, I didn't start the fire. But he might have. I don't know. I mean, they might have, rather. God damn it. I ruined the bit! Yes, the character is super cute. I've had a lot of fun drawing them. To stop just humming along to the music. I need to save up to get Art of Anna. And you're really gonna make up some references for all my characters. Who doesn't have a proper reference sheet? It's okay, most of my characters don't either. I'm just kind of here like... It's like, I'm just kind of here like, I will draw character. But you can always draw them for a ref. I will draw character. It's like... I didn't phrase that particularly well, but you get the gist. Where it's like, he's like, yeah, it would probably be a better idea for me to have a proper ref for this character. Anyway, I'm just gonna keep doodling them off model and hope for the best. Like, if I plan on using them for something, I usually have a ref for them ready to go, but, like, if they're just a character who just kind of exists, I don't usually have a ref for them. Which is bad, because, like, that's something that you should have, like, that's something, I mean, it's something I should have, because I generally should be trying to keep my characters on model more, but also, just, what if I ever want to get that character commissioned? It's like, eh. Probably help with character design stuff, I don't know. Marshall's just me, but Finn. I just don't have any. Just me with Finn. Saturn's the only character I really ever got with an original design for. It's fair. Excuse me. Oh, you know what else I might want to do? I might want to add on a bit of a gradient to the ground. Actually, I might have already. Oh, yeah, I did. There we go. Yeah, that looks a lot better already. Alright, D, and that's the piece done. Unless you wanted some fixes. Alright, was there anything you wanted fixed or altered before I send it? I gotta leave any here to my characters. Before I send it your way after the stream. Oh, actually, yeah, no, there's like sparks on. That's fine. One less. Oh no, you know what? I forgot. Hang on. Alright, so with the smoke. Oh yeah, no, I'll be watermarking it after the stream is done, but you know. So, how does it look with the smoke? I mean, I guess I could just watermark it now. Doesn't really make much of a difference. I'll put it here so that way no one can steal it, because D paid for it, damn it. Oh, right. The year's 2021. I'm so salty about getting a comment for it and never getting it. Yeah! 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 Huh. Alright, awesome. In that case. This always happens. What always? Oh, you mean the 2020 thing? Yeah, no. I always forget that it is current year. Alright, so with that said though, I think we are done for the evening. That was a long stream, jeez. 80 bucks on the badge comment, I never got it. Yeah, that's about as much as I spent on mine that I never got. That campfire's pretty well. Well, that's the goal. Now, with that said, as per normal, I will not leave you without something to watch. So, I'm just gonna find someone for us to do Unraid for. Let me just save this. Whew. Oh, Vermont is streaming and poppin'. Well, Poppin hasn't is on, but he hasn't started yet. So I'm gonna send you guys over to Poppin. So that'll be exciting. What the hell? No, it's this. Alright, so with this, my comms are done. While not tomorrow, I will be, or anything, I will be reopening my comms soon, so keep an eye on my Twitter, wink, wink, nudge, nudge for that. And, other than that, not much else to say. See you guys later, maybe at Poppin' Stream, maybe where else, who knows? D, I'll be sending this to you very soon. I'll catch you guys later, thanks for watching, love you all, bye!